Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another game of One Piece. Ooh, I do not like that hand. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get kind of tricky with it, but at least we got a Minx on board so we can keep our leader ability online. Reveals and draws the Boa Hancock blocker. I don't have my 3 Dawn yet though, so I can't actually do anything. We're not going to play that out on the field. We're going to keep our 2Ks. We're going to need them. We did choose to go second because we want to keep Boa on the odd curve. I'm going to 8 in. I can't give him my 2K. Okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad. We're at high risk here of getting pudding though. But we might be able to make it happen. Let's try it. Okay, there's the Zoe. Yeah. Like that, I think. Play that. We're always going to play this, I think. Do we want to push in this early? I don't have a carrot yet. Take, what do we have to deal with? Let's turn on. Okay, that's one to heal. Okay. The good news is we got double Minx on board. We found our Zoe early. We're just looking for a carrot really bad. I can trigger this if I get all 3 of these rested. That's probably still won't be enough because I think I can rest this for no effect. Yeah, we'll try that next turn. See if I can get this out for some cycling. If we don't find a carrot here exactly, we do have a good 2K to give him. Do have a 1K. We don't have another good 2K to give them. Well, there's the Peckham, or Mistums. Ah, dang it. You miss again. Alright. Okay, there's that. And now we can go... Probably 6 at lead. Get that out of my way. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, that gives a nice 2K. Attack that for 0. Deploy that, trash that, restand that. Man, we still didn't find it. It's really unfortunate for us. End turn, yes, let's restand that. Not seeing our carrots is unfortunate. We're gonna have to do some heavy countering or we're gonna get puddinged here. Trash and heal, yep. Okay, so we can free block this with this. That's only a 6. This will be good next turn, just because we can rest their blocker all the time. Man alive. So we could play this out for free. So 6. Opening 3 exactly. Yeah, this is going to be a board developing turn. Okay, we need to get rid of some stuff. There's too many bricks right now. Tack in. Tack in. What do we want to do? Stack here. I'm okay with losing a life now that we're down to so few cards. Yeah. We have 4 blockers on board, so we're just going to block for a while. There's our carrot. We've been looking for that. It's going to be a 10 next turn. Something we do need to remember is pretty much every time we hit them is we need to save our resting ability. If we can pin this down, with something like a carrot or Law and Beppo, we need to save the rest ability. They develop another Kuma. Ugh, we're gonna have to deal with that for a while. We're gonna give up the 2-cost carrot here now that we've got a good board. I think we're gonna KO this Kuma too. Well, the good news, we got one back. Freeze that. Yeah, we don't need that because we already had one. Pick one of those up. Let's rest that. It's always going to get a little dicey because I have to deal with their life triggers, and they're going to want them right now. We're just going to have to pray that the RNG gods are with us. I didn't get the buff off the Law and Beppo. I just realized that because I didn't rest first. Oh, man. That's really unfortunate. I'm not playing optimally, and I need to play optimally against Boa. Yes, because see, if I was a 7 here, neither of these would even hit. No blocker. I will give you this 1k because I think... Yeah, I'll just trash that. Another Law and Beppo here would be really nice. But we trashed one early. We're going to see if we can find one. We don't find one. Do we want the Ella Claw? Defense is going to be useful. But I don't even have room on my board for a second carrot, so I guess we do take this. Mm-hmm. Gonna get rid of that. We don't need extra attacks out of you. I'm gonna have to deal with a 5. Only 2 up, that's 7. So I got 3 Dawn to work with. Okay, gives me some counter, which is nice. Gonna end up giving some blockers away this turn. We just gotta hope we don't get burned. I'd like to keep the Bartholomew as long as I can. Now that we've got him, now that we got these 2 on board, though, this is looking much nicer. Man, they just keep healing. Five life again. What are we doing this time? No block. Okay. Let's start with arresting that. There's another carrot. Does that matter to me? It's better than having a brick in hand. Their board's getting pretty clogged up, too. I'm tempted to swing at this with this. It's worth just not having to deal with the attack. Go ahead, how bad do you want to burn me? I'm letting it be your choice. Good, we get a card out of hand. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Alright, here's where we're going to have to go and get tricky with it, because I want to leave up 1 for this. Or do I want to freeze the board? I could freeze both of these, deal with 1 blocker. It's the same thing, but this actually gets me more attacks, probably. 5 in. That sucks. I don't have a way to rest it. Freeze that. Yeah, I think we're just toast here. There's nothing I can do. We got a lot of their cards out, and a lot of their life out, surprisingly. I just don't know what we can do against Boa. This is just a really hard matchup because they could cheat out their active bodies so well. We'd have 2 extra cards in hand if we had played our Lon Beppo, right? I don't know if that'd make the biggest difference. I don't remember. What did I give them for that? I think I gave them a Peckham's and I think a blocker. I think those are the 2 cards I ended up giving up. The blocker probably does matter. No blocker. 8. This always gets eaten by this. I just don't have enough. Yeah, the unblockable. Well, yeah, I'm gonna let you hit. I think I might actually live through this, funny enough. I shouldn't live through this because they just totally misplayed that. What are you doing, guy? You have misplayed horribly. I would not consider this like a real win. They left no Dawn up for the "you'll frighten me," so that they just die. I don't know how well this matchup really works out. If they played optimally in that last turn, because that last turn was 100% them just killing us. Yeah, GG, my guy. They even had the "you'll frighten me." What a grind with all the Kumas. I don't know how well Carrot's going to stack up against Boa. It's a tough matchup, for sure. The ability for them to cheat out all their bodies, and the Gorgon Sisters give us such a hard time because it's a 6 cost, without having exactly Mystems on board. There's just not a lot of good ways to get it down before it starts getting a massive value, and hitting them feels so bad because it burns our life. And they've got the unblockable. You have to stack up like a large hand while trying to hold them all off. I just don't know if there's a good way to do it. Let me know what you guys think. What I do right, what I do wrong. I know this is technically a loss for us, so let me know what you guys think. Was there a way to win that one? I know I misplayed with the Lon Beppo not resting their guy before, so that was pretty brutal. It cost us 2 extra cards in hand, including a blocker, which probably did make a fairly significant difference having that little 2-cost blocker. But I don't know. I don't know if there's a good way to beat this reliably. Let me know what you guys think. Is this the next leader you guys want to see me test? Do you want to see me do Boa Hancock? I'd love to hear it. But I think that's all I got for you. So, as always, good luck and good games. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Carrot from OP08. Activate main once per turn. If you have a character with the Minx type in play, rest up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or less characters. She is the current run for our Heroines Cup leader tryouts. First up, we got 4 copies of Carrot, which is a 2k, 1 cost, 0 attack. On play, if you have 3 or more Dawn cards on the field, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. We'll reveal up to 1 Zoe and put it into your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order, and play up to 1 Zoe from your hand. So it's specifically playing Zoe for the cost of 1 instead of 3, and it gets us a 7 chance at it. I cannot tell you how bad it feels if you do not find Zoe in this deck. You'll see it in one of our games that we play it late, I believe, and man, it is the difference maker. You need Zoe to restand your characters. All right, after that, we've got 4 copies of Wanda, a 1-cost 2K attacker, 1K counter. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal it to 1 Minx type character other than Wanda, and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of the deck. Just a normal searcher. We've got a 2K counter and a 2/0 Milky. Activate main, you may rest this character if your leader has the Minx type set up to one of your rested Dawn cards as active. Really just a good 2K. It can come up if you need to just fulfill the requirement of having more Minx on field for something like a Mystems, but we'll get to that in a minute. Carrot actually got played a lot today as a just good chump blocker because it eats cards out of your opponent's hand a lot. Chump blockers are not really seeing the format right now, so the fact that we're playing them is just kind of nice because so many people have to stop and try and find a way around it real quick, and it eats a fair amount of their resources, which is nice. And then Bartholomew, this card is a sleeper. It is much better than I thought it was going in. A 3-cost 4K 1K counter blocker. Your turn, once per turn, if a character is rested from your own effects, draw 1 card, then trash 1 card from your hand. This deck needs to filter. I didn't think it needed to filter that bad, but it needs to filter really, really, really bad. Getting stuck on multiple E-Claw or multiple Zoe in the late game is really bad. So mid-game, having a Bartholomew, it just makes a massive difference because you can custom pick your hand to get multiple carrots, multiple blockers, find your top end, and just filter your hand down. It makes a huge difference. I almost don't use it as a blocker until the very last second because I value having him more than having extra life most of the time. Tashigi is just a nice 3-cost 4K 2K, but it's a good 2K and it is a protector against any of the blue decks because, you know, we're just trying to avoid Gravity Blade and Red Rock. Those are just the cards that eat this deck alive because we lose our carrots, which is really bad for us, and we lose our Mystems and our Jewelry Bonnie. So we just got to make sure that we don't get Gravity Blade. And then, of course, we've got Pedro, which is a good Minx. It's a blocker, 4-cost, 5K attack, 1K counter. On KO, choose up to 1, rest up to one of your opponent's rested on, KO up to one of your opponent's rested 6-cost or lower characters. Your opponent can play around this fairly well, but they can't play around it as soon as you get your carrot online. And if you can use it in combination to KO their stuff and just keep your carrot freezing other stuff as a continual train, it's really good. It also is just a good blocker. Being able to rest one of their Dawns so they have to swing inoptimally or not be able to play a 10-cost, whatever it is, it's just good. It's not great, solid. I wouldn't consider it the best, though. I'd almost rather have another Bartholomew over this Pedro, but not my list, not my monkeys. All right. 5-cost, 6K, 1K carrot. On play, when attacking, up to one of your opponent's rested cost 7 or less characters do not become active during the turn. This can hit higher characters because Mystem's got an effect to rest stuff, so it can get up to the 8s, which is really good. And we can also combine it with E-Claw if we need to hold the 10s down. It is what makes the whole deck function. You need to have at least 2 of these to really secure the game. All right, and then we've got a 5-cost, 6,000 attack, 1K counter in Jewelry Bonnie. It's a blocker, and if you have 8 or more rested Dawn cards, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand, set up to one of your Dawn cards as active. It's just really good to filter. This deck does need to filter a fair amount, is what I've discovered, and just being able to filter is good enough, and it's a nice body as well. You'll see we had attack with it a fair amount as well. And then we've got a Mystems as a 6-cost, 5K attack, 1K counter. Your turn, if you have 3 or more Minx-type characters, give all of your opponent's characters -1 cost. So that's how we combine that with the carrot so that we can get the 8 costs down. And it's just really good. On play, if your leader has the Minx type, play up to 1 Minx-type character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. We just want to cheat out more carrots. That's what it is. Sometimes we do cheat out the blocker, though, and it's nice. And you can even cheat out the Wanda if you need to go looking. But most of the time, you want to get that carrot or the blocker. And then, of course, the newest card from EBO4, an 8-cost, 9,000 attack brick. On play, if your leader has the Minx type, set up to 2 of your Minx type characters or your leader as active. So it gets 3 cards restood. So you attack 2 carrots, hopefully, to freeze 2 of their board. and your leader, and then you play this, restand your 2 carrots, freeze hopefully their entire board, and then swing all 3 of them again. It's just really good. But a lot of the times what you'll find is you're going to play it with this card. The 10 cost of 11,000 attack, Law and Beppo. On play, rest one of your opponent's characters, and that character will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. Then if your opponent has 2 or more rested characters, your leader gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. It is really good to play this, bump your leader to plus 7, hold one of their guys down, restand a Dawn with Zoe, and rest one of their guys with your carrot leader, and beat all of their guys down. And then follow it up with this carrot to restand this. You get 2 11k swings, plus usually your carrot and your leader. That is what you're aiming for. This is how you kind of finish the game out. And then of course we are playing whoever wins this war becomes Justice, a 0 cost event, and you may trash 1 card from your hand. Leader or one of your characters gains plus 3,000 power during this turn. The reason this is in here is because we're playing 3 of our stage, and once you have 1, that's all you want to see. Everything else needs to go in the trash, which is why the Bartholomew becomes such a big deal. And then of course we have 4 E-Claw, which is a 1 cost event. You may use it during your main. You may rest 1 of your cards. You can rest a Dawn, you can rest Zoe, or one of your Searchers, whatever you need to. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3 cost during this turn. So you can give an 8 minus 3 to use your leader ability to put it down that way, or your Zoe to put it down. Cut there. And then of course we have E-Claw, which is a 1 cost event. You may rest 1 of your cards. If your leader has the Minx type, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3 cost during this turn, and counter up to one of your Minx type leader or characters gains plus 3,000 battle during this turn. Now this will only protect your Minx, which you do need to know, but pretty much that's everything except your blockers, so that is what it is. It can be combined with some of your other cards to get 8 or even 9s down if you got a perfect world where you got Mystems and the like to just rest everything. And then of course we've got Activate Main, our Zhao, a 3 cost event, but we want to play it. We usually want to find it using our 1 cost 2k carrot. You may rest this stage if your leader has the Minx type set up to one of your drawn cards of active. End of your turn, set up to one of your Minx type characters as active. So you can rest this to always get an extra Dawn back, which is really helpful. And then you can set your Minx type characters as active, which is really helpful. You want to protect your carrot from being attacked, because as soon as this thing stays rested, everybody's going to come after it. They want this thing dead as fast as they can manage. So being able to combine the carrot with the Zoe and the E-Claw is really good for just holding everything down. You're trying to stall out and just hold their board hostage for a long time, not letting them get any good value, and then just beating them down, and then ending the game with this carrot. And this carrot's not even a bad body. So the strategies really are if you're going, you want to go second in this deck because you're always trying to get to 10 as fast as you can. 8 and 10 are your numbers, 6, 8, 10. But your 1 Dawn turn or 2 Dawn turn is always going to want to be playing a Wanda. And on your 2 Dawn turn, surprisingly, you do want to play the carrot to find the Zoe. If you don't have the Zoe, you're going to be on your 3 or 4, you're going to be playing the Zoe if you have it in hand, or your carrot. You hopefully have one of the 2 to find it. As soon as you've got that, you're online. And then every turn after that, your 5s and your 6s is going to be carrot, and your 6s and 7s are going to be the Mystems, followed by your 8s are going to be a carrot or setting up another carrot and a Jewelry Bonnie. Being able to do the 2 of these on your 8 Dawn turn, but combining it with something like your Zhao is really good as well, just because you can get there. And then your 9 and 10 Dawn turns are going to be the 2 of these in order to hold up. But if you need to stabilize by getting another carrot and a Bonnie blocker or a Bartholomew online, is what it is. These are played just basically whenever you need them. If you need a little defense, plopping a 2 down is not usually a big ask for this. The 3 cost Bartholomew is really good just if your hands bricked up and you need to find the right cards, but that's kind of your optimal curve, just so you guys know. And then this is of course really good defense, and it's good to hold down your opponent's characters because you just a 1-cost event that rests one of your cards in order to get them -3 is just good enough. I use that effect a lot. It can be a okay counter, but the main is actually what I use more often. And you will see that in the games I played today. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's a pretty good deck for the Heroine's Cup. It's probably going to be in the top tier. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you can do me a favor, like and subscribe, comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong. That'd be great. I think that's all I got for you, though. So I'll see you in the next one.